I'll suck your toes, bro. I'll suck your toes.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Oh, God.
Yo. Back up in
Yippee
this
yay,
thing.
yippee
Let's
yay.
go.
That intro was a no.
SOLtalk.
No.
That's why you make intro vids. I'm watching this every time. SOLtalk 6. First and foremost,
Wow.
everybody enjoy your. Hopefully you have the day off, MLK Day.
Day off. What's that?
Well, for some people, I know.
Yo, I can't stand people on Twitter. Hopefully you use this 3-day weekend to your advantage if you have it. I certainly have not.
It's okay.
He said, I have not.
Not all of us get to come down to Florida, you know.
James, how was your week?
Week was pretty good. Came down to Florida last Wednesday, you know, for flag football championships. You know,
Like cheese.
did some good things, you know.
Hey, what's the
Steal
stat
my
sheet?
phrase?
What's the stat sheet like? What you had some tuds?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely a couple touchdowns, you know, quite a few catches, you know.
Go ahead, boy. That's your shoulders on.
Nah.
Ladies too.
We ain't end up bringing over the chip, so I mean, it is what it is. So, you know.
Oh, you a team player. Look at you.
Just bringing home the chip. It would feel a lot better right now.
Sound like Lamar Jackson.
Nah, but we got work to do. You know what we got to do for next year. It's okay. We'll be back for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Zay? How was your week?
Long, stressful like always, but I did finish one of my books that I was reading, and I have started another one. Feel me?
Yeah, boy.
So we on to the next. I'm just waiting to finish this one so I can learn about Frederick Douglass, and after I get that book, I'm gooch.
Which Frederick Douglass book you have? Because I don't have one too, and I can't remember which one it is.
Oh, let me pull it out. Hey yo.
That's a thick one too.
Yeah.
That's a dictionary, dog.
Prophet of Freedom by David W. Blight. It's also signed, but it's a big dog.
Prophet of Freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like PROFIT or PROPHET?
PH, Papa.
Heard.
Yeah. But it's a tick, John.
Yeah, what's that, like 600?
7.
Sheesh.
About 780.
Solid.
Would that be the biggest book you've ever completed?
Yes.
Heard. Bro, I can't believe I read a 800-page book, bro.
I would not.
That book was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me grab that. I still have it.
But
I'll be Bible.
I've been catching a lot of books, capturing a lot of books on a low. I'm trying to make my library. Yeah. What's it called?
The Myth of Avalon.
Oh.
It's like 3 generations in this book.
Mm.
Good storytelling. They should make this a movie, like how they do Game of Thrones and all that.
Yeah.
They could definitely do that with this book.
Yo, remind me to tell you about my book idea. I want to write a book. And it's really, really dope. It's inspired by true events.
Hey, that's what I like to
Bro,
hear.
I thought about it the other day, but it's not about my life at all. not two events in my life.
I think I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got you. So
All
what
right.
going on
Nobody
today, John?
cares, but my weekend was okay too.
I was waiting for James. I was waiting for James. He said nobody cares.
It was good though. It went by.
Yeah, I don't care about your weekend. Don't tell me about your weekend.
Yeah, bro.
I don't care. Like we wasn't on the phone talking about your whole weekend.
Really?
Like
Yeah, you had your turn.
Nah, we good though. We good.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Glad you're
How
okay.
was your week, Josh?
Glad you're okay. I'm glad to see you here.
It was good. It went, man. It went. You know, I've been taking some time to really think about my future and all that. Taking time out of the gym. You know.
Wow.
What?
I told you.
Oh.
I told you this almost a year ago. You've been in the gym too much, boy.
Like,
it's washed up season.
It's washed up.
See?
Yo, he's been washed up season. I'm done. But yeah, I realized this before, but I just took action on it because I'm spending way too much time just running the mill. I gotta really think about what I'm doing and why. And what
Yep.
Let's do that.
I'm just waiting on tax season so I can capitalize on some bread. Oh, I meant to say I got 9 books coming in the mail. 9 books? No, 5 books. 5 books.
That's so good, man.
You got a series coming through.
That's a whole fact. Spend way too much money on it, so it better be good.
I got a vinyl record player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my,
How is it?
foolish self, I thought that's all you needed.
You need speakers.
Then I Googled, I'm like, yo, why is it not working? Or in the video they had for the setting up, this dude plugged it into something. I'm like, what is that? They're like, yeah, you need a preamp. Got the preamp. Plugged it in. It's mad low. I'm like, yo, why is it so low? Did some more Googling. They were like, you gotta get speakers. I'm like,
what's wrong with you?
Yo,
Zay, help this man, please. Help this man.
Bro, I was ready to return it. I was like, nah, it's been too much work, yo. But I'm gonna stick it through.
Did you where'd you find it? Did you just think you just gonna get the record player and what?
You know what it was? Because I saw they have record players in stores, like the modern ones, where it's all in one. You just plug it and play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought that was standard.
Yeah, no, that's not.
I didn't get that because I was like, the quality. They were saying too, the quality's not that good, and scratch your CD and all that, or your vinyl.
You remember the one? I don't know if you remember the setup I had when we was back in school, but
yeah,
exactly.
So we did not take advantage of that. Sad.
Yeah, because you was last. Anyway.
All right, let's get started, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not
Question.
My brother.
Jump it off. Would you tell your friend's significant other that your friend is cheating on them?
Not directly.
You slide in a note.
Ooh,
I would be like, yo.
You gonna be like Ronnie Sam or Jay Wilders?
You could do better. There's so much good out there in the world.
You'd be like Jenny and Snooki off New Jersey Shore writing a note. Last night we saw X Pursuit.
That's a Jersey thing, bro. We didn't see that.
Bro, all right, relax. First of all, they're not even from Jersey, but don't do that. Jersey
I don't care. The name of the show is Jersey Shore.
Yeah, honestly, MTV made that.
I think they're from a town right over from me, to be honest. One of them.
Mm. Oh, so they upstate. Okay.
I'm done with this. And that's why I'm going back to saying it's a Jersey show.
Okay.
James, what would you do?
Honestly, like if I knew the person, I was like really, like you're saying, like I'm cool with this person. I'm cool with this person. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if it's someone like I really rock with, and they really doing a foul like that,
All that built up for I don't know.
I would probably no. If they really doing a foul like that, yeah, no, I would like have to be like, yo, look.
You can't tell nobody nothing. That's why it's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. It's just
some
like,
people don't. Some people don't even want to know. Like,
yeah, exactly. So it's just like I would, try to like, not really like you said, like maybe not super direct. Like, yo, he did X, Y, Z, X, Y, this person that this like, not some shit like that. But just like, be like, hey, look, just be careful,
No,
like,
I don't know.
Like,
what do you mean, be careful? You gonna tell them, hey, be careful. They're gonna be like, what the hell is he talking about?
And then I'm gonna just say, first I was talk to like, I'll talk to the person that I know. Like, yo, what you doing out here, bro? Like,
that is a fact. I would talk to the person who's doing it.
I'll pull them to the side first. Like, yo, we need to look, cut it out.
Have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Me and that person gotta have a talk. What you doing? But otherwise, like, yo, you're not gonna put me in no situation like that to where she asking me about you.
That's the whole fact.
I'm not. Yeah, no. Otherwise, I ain't. Otherwise, I can't be around you.
If it's one of my friends and the girl,
yeah, she been hanging around us.
The other, yeah, and she pulls me to the side and asks like, "Yo, is it really going down?" I'm sorry, I'm snitching.
Oh,
like what you gonna do? Like what you gonna do?
Bro, you pulled me to the side.
Yeah, and that means she already got the drop on you.
She already know. I might as well just let it all.
She already got.
He said,
yeah. Old boy been wilding for a while now. Like, that's why
for a while.
Focus on yourself. Like,
yo. It's like, don't put me in the middle. Like, yeah, don't put me in the middle. Like, you were hurt. Nah. You know what
I've said it before. I said, yo, don't. If you do cheat, don't tell me. I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
If so cheating on me, not to my knowledge, he ain't tell me nothing.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Because sure enough, I know.
Because if I know,
I'm in a situation where I gotta lie, I'm gonna be tight.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I would go about it the same or similar. Definitely gotta have a talk. Like, yo, bro, what we doing here? Like, if you really want to be with shorty, like,
it depends though. It depends on how friendly I am with said person.
If I'm not, yeah.
So if you don't know the girl like that, you more likely
the girl or the dude you talking about, Zed?
It's a toss up. If it's a girl, it's a toss up. If I don't know the person at all and it's a girl, I'll probably just be like, yeah, he wilding over there. leave him be. Like, they're gonna get mad at me, but the reason I'll do it is because I really don't care about what they think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it's one of my, like, a person that I know and he's wilding out, I'm not gonna step to him and talk to him about what he's doing. Like, I feel like that's not my place. I feel like you can't tell a stranger anything. Like, when am I go up to a stranger who's cheating on his wife, like, yo, stop cheating on your wife?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that doesn't sit right. Like,
that's up to the people that's closer to him than you.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But if it's one of my boys, first of all, I'm gonna be tight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, dog.
We're better than this. Like,
yeah.
The reason you're my friend is because we're better than this. Like,
exactly. Like, I wouldn't. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't be around me doing like.
That's why I say if it's the girl. If it's the girl that comes up to me and they ask me and I know, I'm gonna just be like, yeah, boys. That's why I tell everybody, bro. And you know this. I say, yo, if you are going to do stuff like that, don't do it around me and don't let me know, because
it's been like this.
I'll let y'all know ASAP.
Josh, this man been like this since day one.
That's a fact. I told y'all. I said, yo, don't let me know because I'm
leave me out. he put his headphones on and mind his business.
That's a fact. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
We're going to Call of Duty real quick, but that's how it is. So like, you can't just be telling I'm just gonna go. Like, I see something and go and tell. No, that's him. I know.
No, I'll do that if it's our friends, bro. That's
oh
it.
no. Are you saying like if
it's my friends and I see something, I'm snitching. I don't care.
If it's my oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We different. We
Okay.
differ a little bit in our things. If it's my friends, I'm snitching, bro. Because I'm not gonna sit here and have conversations. And you're gonna have your girl over, and I'm sitting here like, wow, he really brought her over here after he's been doing so and so with X, Y, and Z. Like, no, I'm not gonna sit here and be mad uncomfortable because you all in.
Oh no, I'm removing myself before. I'm not gonna be around.
No, I'm removing an old girl from the situation. I'm not gonna let her sit in that situation. I'm not gonna let her be the only one who doesn't know. Like,
so I have a question.
I have an answer.
Let's say you let it be known, like, yo, if you're doing something, don't do it around me because I'm snitching, right?
Right.
And then he's like, all right, bet. So he doesn't like hang out or hit you up to hang out with them anymore. Like when they go out, and then the girl comes like, hey, like, how come you don't come around this anymore? Like, what's been going on?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Old boy ain't invite me out. That's all.
Yo, it's like, yo, you gotta ask him.
That's a fact. That's to ask him.
Yeah.
You can call me into the room too. I want to know.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, yo, yeah, I want to know. Like, yo, what's up?
I want to know what
matter of fact, when you headed over there, I'm about to come. We about to see what's up.
Facto. Shouts out to the band, though. So yeah, if I know the person, I'm snitching. If I don't know the person, it ain't none of my business.
I think in either scenario, I'm gonna say something like,
nah, bro.
I feel like personally, I just need to get a gauge where their head is at.
Who?
The
significant other or the person who's doing it?
The person who's doing the cheating. Because it's gonna be like, yo, why you? It's either gonna be like, yo, why you doing my man's like that, or like, what's going on? Aren't you and so and so together? And then depending on their response, I'm be like, all right, well, I'm gonna either be like, all right, well, shouldn't be doing that, and I'll let them know if I see something like that again, like I'm snitching, or honestly, I think that'd be my response either or. Like, I'd be like, all right, you did this, blah blah, but I'm letting you know from here on out. If I'm around and I see that, and they come up to me, or if I see them after this, like, we're gonna have a talk. So it's up to you what you want to do with that information.
Bro, I haven't heard that in a long time, bro. It's up to you what you want to do with that information. Wow. Wow.
Oh.
I'm so glad I don't get to hear that no more.
So glad I don't have yo. Oh my god. I'm so glad nobody.
I don't know. Cheating is like something I don't have a tolerance for. Like, boy, why are you cheating?
Just either way, like
just leave.
Either direction. Exactly.
Nah, that's too much effort, right?
Dude is single out here, like, for a reason. You out here with somebody, and you trying to take away the single ladies too? Like, nah. You can't eat off both plates, man. One plate.
Remember from y'all TATL? So one bowl rule in effect.
Bro, yeah, it is true though. It is kind of it's selfish. The acting of itself is selfish. Not only because you be stealing from single people's plates, but it's just the fact that you're really not.
You're not taking into account like what this going to do to the other person. It's like you're just thinking about like just like doing what you want to do for you, and like you in a relationship, you can't just be doing that. especially when it comes to that.
All right, so
Yeah, my pops called me, so I had to
why do you
disappear right quick. Go ahead.
why do you guys feel that good people are, people who take their relationship seriously tend to get, well, let me not say tend, but sometimes they'll get mistreated in a relationship and they'll stick around even though there's, plenty of evidence that the other person isn't taking as seriously as they are.
Because it's easy to take advantage of a nice person. It's that simple. If somebody's mean and don't take no crap, like you, it's hard to get over on a person who's like that. But if you just generally a nice person and you be doing stuff for people, it's easy to take advantage of it. Like it's that simple.
Yeah. A lot of times people just take that kindness for weakness. Like,
of course.
And then like once they see like they can get away with it once, it's just gonna keep snowballing. Yeah. And the longer you keep letting it happen, the more set in their ways people keep. And the more settled in people can get it. And then it gets to a point where like it starts to become the norm for certain people. And you just come in and you walk in and see it. Like you walk into somebody's life out of nowhere, like it's a new friend you have, and you see how someone treats you. It's like
that's what be happening at my. That's what be happening at my job. So, you help somebody out, and they want to take advantage and try and use you to help them out for everything. So like once I realized it was like that, I had to take off that Band-Aid that was on there for like 6 years. Scrape all the skin off with it. It's painful, but you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Exactly.
And then this time, the situation almost happened again, and I just cut it short. Like, nah, I can't help you, bro. I'll help you once, but I'm not helping you out every day. It's becoming too common.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's like and I feel like in relationships, like people allow it to happen because like they get scared. Like they get scared of what's out there.
Nah, you can't live your life in fear, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, we know that. But I'm telling you, there's people out there that just be like, timid. They feel like this person was once at some point good to them.
That was me 6 months ago.
That they hadn't been like treated well before, to now where like they're like, oh well, this person treated me well before, and occasionally they'll do it now, but mostly they're taking advantage of me. But they don't know if they're gonna find someone better. And it's just like that,
bro.
Fear.
I know females. I know females in that situation right now, and they acting mad happy on IG, but in reality,
they always seem happy. Exactly, yeah.
They upset. IG is a highlight reel, bro.
All this stuff is a highlight reel.
Don't base where you're at in life based on somebody's highlight reel.
Exactly. It's like, yo, you see, it's
and
like
people definitely hang on to them reels a lot harder now because you can do that.
Bro, the memories. People really be, and if they have years of memories built up with one person.
Yeah. Oh, let's go back to that last subject real quick.
Okay.
We talking about telling somebody about their significant other cheating.
Let's go back.
Let's go back to college. And what happened when old boy tried to tell somebody that their significant other was cheating on them. He came back with a wild message like, psych.
Oh wow, I forgot about that.
Oh. The whole site, you should know it's psych. That's why I'm trying to details, but that's what it's like. Like you can't tell nobody because they're gonna be upset. One, they're gonna hate you. Two, and they're not even gonna take action, so they're gonna sit there and look stupid.
Yeah, that was very like, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dude was just in denial, or he was just like, I just feel like there's people out there who will play that game of like, okay, she did this, I did that. She did this, I did that,
Yeah,
and it's
like they
like
try
back
to
and
like
forth,
they try
and
to
they're
They
never
try,
equate what
gonna
you do.
like,
they trying to make it get equal and all that. Like, no.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Like
Dudes,
it's like a
really
game
be
of
playing that. No,
yeah. Dudes be doing
manipulative
it,
on
girls be
another
doing
level.
it. Bro, everyone, a lot of people do it. Try to make what they've done, their shortcomings to them, make it equal for what the other person has done wrong to them. When, like, yes, two wrongs don't make a right, but it's just like, what they did to
Yeah,
you has way more of an impact on you than what you did to them.
and what's
It's like,
funny, the person only notified the dude because the girl he
Stop giving out genders, bro.
yo,
cheated
I was trying to keep it extra. Like,
with did something similar to him. So he was like, you know what, you did that to me, bet you're not gonna mind your business, I'm not gonna mind mine. Hit him up on some man to man, and dude was like, nah, I'm not hearing it. You a clown. I was like, all right. I mean, that in a situation like that, especially with like, there's definitely like that's happened before, and they probably went through that or like been through a very similar situation. And I feel like they probably just got to a point where it was like, you know what, regardless of who does what, like we're gonna come back. And
that's
I,
bro.
I
Do you know how many relationships probably are still on that thread because they established
so
that
many,
at some
so
point
many.
way back? Like, do you know how many times we've seen it? Not only that we've seen it, but just like that every single day when seeing people, I see people, and I just wonder, how can you truly be happy? Like, is this what is like when you tolerate that from someone that you supposedly, that someone that you love or that you claim to love? It's just like, do you value what they, like, how
do
they
you
treat
value
you?
yourself? Nope.
Yeah, exactly. Or even yourself. It's just like, like, do you know, like, do you truly like have an idea or an inkling of how much your worth is?
You know, that's
It's
why I
just a
just
lot.
let people rock.
It's a lot of comfort too, and like being outside of that, there's a lot of unknown, and as thing is, it's human nature to
People is so,
talk of what you know, the devil you know versus the devil you don't.
yeah, it's like people, I think people just, they find something and it feels so nice and they just get so comfortable in it. And it's like, it's reliable, it's there, it's always somewhere in a place of convenience for them.
Right.
Some people's place of convenience is back home. Some people's place of convenience is like in a certain location where they can frequently travel to easily, or where they don't have to be around for too long a period of time. And it's just like people fall into that trap of having someone in that location or in that spot. It's just like,
Is you too comfortable being comfortable? That's all.
exactly. It's just like,
What's
it's
next?
frustrating to see.
I'm ready, baby. I'm on the ball today.
That man laid back. He
I'm
ready.
chilling. I'm on the place with Rainbow Six.
Yo, Josh, let's go. Come on, bro. Wake up.
So the topic I really wanted to talk about this week was the Me Too movement. I believe it's something that came up recently, but I was watching a lot of videos on the tube about victims, and there's kind of like different perspectives on how people feel about it, about the legitimacy of the claims and all that with Bill Cosby, and also comparing it to Harvey Weinstein. And it's just, oh no, what's the word? Frightening isn't the word, but it's just like very alarming how easily someone can utter some words and it's especially if the person is a celebrity, obviously, but utter some words and then like somebody's life can change overnight. Now, granted, I'm going to use Cosby as an example. You know, what he did was some years ago, and it's quite possible that he did do it. But it was just the fact that you're going to do all that now. Like, what? And obviously, I'm not going to be able to speak from a place of, you know, it's not anything that's ever happened to me, but like, what is the point of 30 years later doing it, like trying to prosecute him now for something that he did like that, where there wasn't really concrete evidence either?
What time period was this in?
30 years ago, so that was what, 90s, early 90s?
70, like 80s, 70s, yeah, 90s.
So 70s, 80s, 90s. That's a 30 years time period. I just want to know.
No, like, because just to be clear, like we're speaking on this like today, like 2020, but this really started like way back when, like, you know, like it was, you know, back mid 2010s. So, you know, back referencing, you know, maybe early 2010s, maybe mid 2010s. This really became a thing.
So I'm thinking, if you
80s,
think about the time period too, like if you're really aware of what's going on,
exactly.
I feel like if you were Caucasian and that happened to you, you could come out about it a lot easier since it was against a person of color. Because back then, I feel like it was a lot more people will be on your side when it came to POC and when it came to the judicial system.
I think this is more a reference to like Cosby, just for reference.
Right.
Like Cosby was more so because that was when he was around.
Because I don't know if you guys know about Dick Gregory, but that's the point that he came up with. He said, why would she wait when the judicial system would have eaten him up? Like she didn't have to wait. Yeah, like it would have. He would have got shut down
quick.
off the rip. Like being done. Oh, Bill Cosby did this, over. But I don't know.
You hit that.
You know, so
I don't know. I don't know what goes on in these people's minds when they wait to say something. So I can't say like, oh, they should do this or they should do that, because like I said, like Josh said, it's never happened to me. So I think it's a little bit weird? Yes, but there's a lot of things that are weird that I don't get. So
yeah, and I think it's definitely like weird to think about it. But it's also like doesn't like kind of like dismiss whatever they say.
Right.
You still have to take them at the word, even though we have like whatever evidence there may or may not be.
But it's weird too, because before you go real quick, at the same time, there's wild inconsistencies when it comes to one person versus another person. So like, yes, we all know Bill Cosby, right? We all know R. Kelly, right? We all know let me think of another one real quick that pops over the top of my head. Yes. We all know Michael Jackson. We all know Harvey Weinstein. But why is it just like them? Like, I'm sure there's a billion other people who be doing wildness. But these are the names that pop up, and these are the ones that everyone's hard for. Like, who decides to go hard for these couple people? Why is the outrage to specific people? Because I know for a fact there's politicians and stuff that be getting caught doing things like this, and it's quiet.
Yeah, the parties like, clean that up real quick.
The energy isn't kept the same.
Yeah, the parties, they handle that. They try to keep that stuff quiet because they can have more of a control over it. And you would think the people we said, Cosby, Weinstein, Michael Jackson, who else would we say?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. They're all media. They are people that are in the media, but they don't have the control over the media that some people in government might have. So that's why they're going to try to keep that stuff clean keep it low key. Let's shove this under the rug. Let's throw in some news story about some fire, or throw in a news story about some other stuff that doesn't matter. Throw this school lunch special on here to cover it up, to take up some time. So it's just that's why you probably don't hear about that stuff. But it's definitely. What were you gonna say, Josh? No, so it's definitely like weird how people would start coming out, and it started really with Weinstein, big Hollywood executive.
Yeah.
So when you have a big Hollywood executive,
And
you can attach his name to a bunch of different projects that different people worked on or that people recognize. And so that's why people make it a bigger deal. Like, oh, this person had power to put people in certain positions,
Right.
and affected people's careers because he did this to them. Exactly. He was like a gatekeeper to something, And that's more of the thing with this thing. With Cosby, I think it's more of like how he did it, the way he did it, the method he did it. It's sort of how it was different from Weinstein, like they say, and he was putting stuff in like basically what we know today, like from when we were growing up, it's like roofing people, stuff like that. So, I mean, I understand that it may be hard for people to come out at first because they might be scared of what happened because the power that person might hold. And they might be trying to do X, Y, Z in their career and coming out against the person.
That's true.
It's still weird to me. Yeah, I understand that. It's still weird to me, but I can understand it.
Yeah.
And it's just, what's alarming to me is the numbers that they reach. Like, I think I hear Weinstein's number is still rising to this day, which to me is insane to think about. Like, how long was this going along? And it's kind of like, if you guys saw the Surviving R. Kelly doc, I haven't seen the second part, but I did see the first part. You see all the people around him that were cognizant of this stuff. And you're just like, and it makes me think, like, with Weinstein, someone like him, and possibly someone like, if it was happening with Michael Jackson, someone like him, like with people around them, like, or like Bill Cosby, even, like, did people know this was going on?
More than right.
I have no doubt.
And why are the people around them like then? None of them are getting, recognized. None of them are getting brought up either. They're just as equally guilty as, the people that did it. So, like, you got to get everybody out of there. And it's just like people. And there's something to be said about people trying to save themselves.
Yeah.
And like this whole thing is just nasty. It's nasty. Just reminds you that just like, people will be able to get away with, like, powerful people getting away with it. It's sickening to think of it. But like the whole like Me Too movement, like, you don't really hear it referred. I mean, it's kind of changed names as it now. It's like Me Too, like Time's Up. It's like, I think that's like kind of what people know it as by now. But it's just, like, now you're here. Now we're in the stage where like these dudes are being brought to trial. Cosby's already in prison. Weinstein, his trial, there was one settlement done, I think, or one ended, but he still has to do the criminal trial, I believe. And now everyone, you might see him on the news, his act, he has like his cane and everything, So it's just something that it's like people, like, when something is allowed to go on for so long, like if someone speaks out earlier, you never know like how quickly this might have been stopped, or like how like someone within the organization would have been scared to lose their job because, oh, this person has been caught before doing this. I don't want to lose my job because he's gone and they have to clear house, so they might, rat on the second time it happens, or the fourth or whatever, fifth or 20th time it had happened way earlier before it got to this insane number that it is at now.
Right.
Like the numbers in the hundreds.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
I want to
conceptualize that.
say
Go ahead,
that's
Dad.
definitely just due to how much of a commonality it was. Those types of industries, those larger than life characters. I mean, they're really able to do whatever they want, whether it's overt or under the rug. So, I mean, that's why the numbers are always gonna be like crazy. Like, you just have access to different resources, more resources, discrete resources, and he was a gatekeeper using Weinstein as an example. He was a gatekeeper, and he definitely passed, or a lot of people had to pass through him. So that's why there's going to be a lot. I just feel there should be a strong emphasis on, if this happens, like, you need to say something about it as soon as possible, because this, like,
You can help
waiting
more
years
people.
and years, it's just like, come on. Like, I understand, maybe, let me not say I understand, but I can see someone feeling, weak and like, I don't know what to do, this and that. And who knows, somebody in the circle's probably like, yo, don't do that, because then this is going to happen. Just, tough it out, or, just keep it hush hush. Right? There's definitely a lot of that goes on, for sure. But if that's the choice you're going to make, then make that choice and don't go back on it. If you're not going to say anything initially, don't wait 20 some years and then try to say something. Don't wait 10 years and then try to say something.
Do you think?
Because you wouldn't say anything if that person's fame plummeted, you would not say anything. But it's the fact that they're still out there now. You want to, you know what? I'm going to say something now. Like, he's still out there, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, say something initially. Don't try to base it. And I don't.
Do you think because things take time, like, to heal, like that person, like the damage that was done, like, do you think just sometimes it just takes time for that person to heal, or maybe them going to therapy, or they're finally seeking therapy?
You healed. What are you reopening the wound for? If you healed, you healed.
Yeah, like maybe they're like it's like they're seeking retribution. Like, do you think they're like?
What retribution you getting though? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, you're gonna, I took down his career.
No,
that's
but
corny.
And the thing is,
that means the reason why you did it wasn't because of he did this and I didn't like that. It's because you wanted to take him down for it. So it's like, what are you doing?
It's like you're taking the person down for it, and it's like, are you seeking? What are you seeking? Are you seeking them to lose their position? Are you seeking them to, like,
most of them it's just
money?
all emotional. Like, screw him, get him out of there. I don't care. It's just like this blind rage, and it's like,
are you sure it's blind rage? Or are you sure it's like
it is blind rage? Okay. Dog, if you just swing
I don't know.
to try and take somebody down when this happened before, you would have done it earlier.
Yeah, and this is more so like for like people that wait, because like with Weinstein,
bro, think about it. People just get caught up in their emotions, right? And then they do these irrational things. Now, yes, it's good that people come out and it's
that they identify these people, that they identify these people as the type of person that they are.
So it has the positives. It definitely has pros to it, but it's just like, I don't know, man. You just gotta like.
It's like, because I definitely understand what you're saying, because you were teetering on the line.
If you're gonna heal from it, don't come back around on it, especially once they get more successful. Because as I said, they would not do that if boy ended up being a damn janitor.
Would you say like would you say like you're talking about people that are like coming back and having like filing lawsuits about it? Are you saying that? Like the people that are filing lawsuits about it, or just the people that want it to be known? Because the people that
just say it, that they're like, look, I don't even want anything, I'm over it. But I've seen, people coming out, and I want it to be known that yes,
this person did X
this is
to
something
me.
that really happened, and they're not seeking to try and like just take them down, regardless of whatever happens. I respect those people. The ones who come out like, now I'm filing a lawsuit now. It's just like, boy, what are you doing?
Okay. All right. I just wanted it to be like clear. That's all.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You
Because,
helping clarify that.
bro, yeah, because you know, bro, because you know how people start assuming they'll start assuming that you're
Yeah, that's a fact.
minimalizing victims, like
Yeah.
the victims, when you say that. But it's not like no, like you're just
Oh
trying
boy,
to
here
be
for the
reasonable
smoke though.
about it. He with it though. He with it. If there ain't smoke, we ain't no smoke though, because we support victims.
I know somebody who like has gone through something similar, and it's just like they went through it, and they would rather heal themselves rather than go and attack not attack, but go out and say, you know what, this person did this to me, blah blah. They take it upon themselves to do what they need to do to help heal from it, and I respect that, because just because something happened to you does not mean you need to report it.
Bro,
it's not black and white. Like if something happened and you generally feel, I need to let this be known.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't feel like you can't let it be known because people aren't going to believe you. Because I think that also happens a ton. No, they would never do that. I don't believe you. And then the person just shuts down. Hopefully it's not due to that. Hopefully it's something where it's like, this happened. I'm going to heal from it and I'm going to move on from it. If it happened and you feel like, I won't be able to, I have to let it be known, then let it be known regardless of what people are going to say. If they doubt you, they doubt you. If you have a way to prove it, hopefully you can. If not, you let it be known though. You let that out. You didn't bottle it up. And I think that's important. Don't bottle it up. If you're going to heal from it, heal from it. If you need to let it out and let it be known, let it be known. And whatever happens, happens. If they believe you, whatever. If they don't, they don't. But you let it be known. And you're going to get judged for that. But this is something you have to do. You can't take people's sanity over your own.
Just like the last thing on this, last thing on this, like for me, it's like the number of women that just take care, that just go through these type of situations, not with celebrities, but just with regular people, like regular dudes. That number is like I feel like that number is so insane, and that unless you have a conversation where that woman is open enough, if a woman is open enough to tell you, like she's been through an experience like that, that shit's serious. You'll never know. Bro. Unless she tells you, you'll never know how many women have actually been through the situation.
Apparently, the statistic is like a lot of people that we know. Like,
bro,
when it comes down to
believe
like,
it.
You have no idea. You have no idea. Trust me, because I know. Like this shit, like it's
crazy,
supposed
to be a lot of people who have gone through.
And the people it happens to, it's frustrating, and it's there's been few times when I don't know if I've been more angry when I've had a woman like tell me like stuff like that. Yeah, and like these are like people that like I've been close with, so we can just move on. We can go a whole day about this. Yeah.
Pitchforks. Tiki torches.
What is it, Shrek?
Yeah.
So do you guys think this movement creates like a groupthink mob mentality where it's just like, hey, he did this, let's go get him, and then hey, go get him, hey, go get him, hey, go get him.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. But I think I don't know. I don't know. I feel like sometimes if you get into a point, right, like you're saying, where it's like a mob mentality. Like if you say something, even if people don't want that person to be attacked, like the word that we've been using, because we don't have a better word, but they don't want them to be chased after and pursued. Like it's gonna happen anyway, and I feel like that's like how would I say this? I don't even know how to word this. Some people might not want to go after somebody, right? But the fact that they said something, that whole movement and that mob mentality is gonna go after them anyway. And they won't respect the wishes of the person who came out and said whatever. Right. It's just like it's a mass and it's gonna move, like regardless. Once they get their information, they rolling. Like,
what's that engine turn on? It's a wrap.
Yeah.
When some Pistons start going.
There was a show that actually did that. And I can't tell you the name of the show because I don't watch TV. I just happened to be walking by when the situation was going on. But it was a young girl who um, was talking about I think it was sexual relations with a teacher or something like that. And whoever she told was rolling on the teacher like, wow. And the girl didn't want to take it that far, right? And then she started fabricating stories, and then the whole like mission got lost because she was fabricating stories. And so like her credibility was going down, but something actually really did happen to her that she should have talked about, but she couldn't come out against it because her credibility was gone. So it was like you got to be careful about letting people roll on a subject and not to fabricate your stories, to be truthful in everything you say.
Yeah, be wary of letting the dogs loose, man. Can't pull
That's
them
a
back.
fact.
Do that.
That's a whole fact. But it was good to see that because it was like, yo, this probably really happened, and we know it's happened because look at all the athletes that got false rape allegations. Like,
Man, yo, yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
why I'm saying. That's why it's
That's
also
life
dangerous.
changing,
Like we
man.
were talking about. That's a fact, bro. You stop somebody's whole life off of fake allegation. Like that's why like yes, the movement is good in theory. Like yes, you're coming to help a victim of
It's good with the
know
awareness.
right. But sometimes, things can be pushed too far, and people will get upset when you say that.
Yeah.
Like any group could be pushed and going too far. It doesn't really matter what their
Right. That's a good point.
initial
With the
thoughts
initial,
were about,
yeah,
what their mission
the
is.
initial point will get lost in that, just
That's a
like
fact.
blind range, for lack of a better word.
Right.
So, do you guys feel like, just think about it, if one of your favorite artists got caught up in something like this, do you think, and I want to also reference kind of cancel culture, do you feel
Oh, cancel culture.
listening to their music or their movies or whatever, art they put out into the world, are you supporting them? Do you feel like you shouldn't? Do you feel like you should separate, I'm going to use
The artist and his
my favorite
music.
artist. Yeah, like, should you separate Abel from The Weeknd and be like, well, Abel did this, but The Weeknd still makes great music, so I'm going to listen to it?
I think you should disassociate the two because, granted, The Weeknd is a character that Abel made. Like, to be 100% accurate, old boy just made him up. Is it possible that they share some of the same experiences? Yes, but The Weeknd is not Abel. It doesn't make sense.
Mm.
So yeah, I'ma still listen to The Weeknd's music, but it's still like, if he did such things, he's still a bad person. It's okay to understand that they are a bad person. That doesn't mean you have to stop your entire association with a person. Because at the end of the day, it'll probably be a lot more people that you have to stop associating with if that was the case. You probably wouldn't even have half the stuff in your house if that was what you did for every situation. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like think about all the think about Gucci, bro. How
Yo,
about how nobody
yo,
talking about Gucci?
what?
But I
Keep
bet you
yo,
I go to the hood right now. I see people with Gucci on.
absolutely, absolutely,
I don't even have to go to the hood. I could go to New York City. I still see people with
exactly.
Gucci. Like, come
Right to the
on, like, let's be honest.
exactly. No, you absolutely right. Like, I don't have to say like hypothetically because like I've been a fan of Chris Brown since he pretty much came out. So this whole time, so like I done seen him go through it, like go through. He just had like I think it was like either last year or 2019 or 2018 where he had the fake or where he had the sexual assault allegations when he was in Paris. or it was
Yeah.
France when he was in France, and he got caught up in that whole thing over there, and it turned out to be a false allegation. When he went through the whole thing with Rihanna, there's still people to this day that try to cancel him for some reason, even though he did what he did. Yes.
I have a question, James.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think Chris Brown has ever raped a woman or sexually assaulted a woman?
That's a hard one.
So. Yeah, I was like,
I don't know about rape.
Yeah, I don't want to think
but
he did.
It's possible that he sexually assaulted someone because if as big as that word is,
rape
it's a little.
like,
and I don't want to make this sound bad. Like,
no, there's a difference.
Little action.
Yeah,
there's a little action. Like, if I don't want to do little, I don't want to like make it seem like the action is small, but there are little things that people can do that is under the guise of sexual assault.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's so much.
See what I'm saying?
So
exactly. Like, think about
that
this.
doesn't meet the criteria of rape. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I said I don't think about rape. So think about this. Chris Brown could be in a club, right? And he's used to, right? And I'm fabricating the story. And he's used to women, like coming sitting on his lap or whatever. So he holds them. So there's a lady who doesn't normally do that, right? And he, pulls her in and puts her on his lap. That's still like sexual assault in a sense, like if he grabs her butt. But in his head, he's so used to it, right? And he's getting consent from so many women to do that. If he did that to somebody who's not used to that lifestyle and not used to, going through that, that is sexual assault because he didn't get her consent. Yeah, and she didn't want to do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to make it sound small. Let
me take it to the extreme then of rape. Do you think he's ever raped somebody? Like, has he ever had sex with somebody who did not want to have sex with him at the time, but he forced himself on them? Do you think that's ever occurred?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm really interested, intrigued by your guys' responses on this.
Like,
I really don't know.
I don't know. Like, I don't think.
I don't know Chris Brown. I don't know what Chris Brown goes through.
I don't know. I don't know that dude on a personal level. So like, I don't know. Like I don't know. Like, I can't say that about him.
I mean,
because,
I'm not asking you to say if it happened or not. I'm just saying, do you think he's done it? I understand you guys don't know him.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I
don't think so. No.
Again, like, it's a star, bro. And as much stuff is out there with this man, and how much he's under eye from communities, bro. I feel like he will get destroyed quickly.
Exactly. And people, bro, as much stuff that think about all the stuff about him.
People have things in place for situations such as that.
That is very true.
Yeah, but think about the stuff about him that has already come out.
That's what I'm saying.
He probably wanted to keep under wraps. Like, think about the stuff that's already come out. Like, you think, and there's people.
I mean, it
think
could
about
be
but think about the
number
of times.
A cheesecloth or a cheese grater where you just let the little liquid go through and not the solid. Bro, I'm just creating.
That's a filter, bro.
The thought about it. I just think it's interesting that you guys kind of have this almost defense of it. Because for me personally, like the way I see it, I understand how much like women are around him and will like want to do that. And is more likely than not, I believe he has done that. Being in a position that he's in, like artists on that level, which will be hard for us to understand because we're not there, right? But artists on that level who are like that larger than life,
but like,
they don't think the same way. Like they will do things and be like,
oh, definitely.
Regardless of how this woman feels, she still wanted it because I'm Chris Brown.
Bro, but you got to understand, like, I don't know, like, you can
say
that because
for the last time, I know you don't know, bro.
No, I'm saying, like, you asked me to say that about like somebody that I'm a fan of, but that like I don't know personally. Like,
we know this.
Bro, I don't know. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like, like.
I think we do, and you don't understand that we do.
But it's like, but he keep trying to say like, yo, do I think? Like, I don't think so. No, like, It's just like you saying I'm like defending it. It's like it's not a defense. It's like I just don't think so. Because I don't be like.
No, I'm just saying like the way you guys like your responses. It came off like that.
Yeah, no. So like I'm not defending.
Which I think is natural.
Like, yeah, it's like I just don't. I don't think it happened. It's just like, and if it did, oh, dude's fucking wild.
To your point, Josh. Like you said, like I don't know his mentality. I don't know. I've never lived it, and I don't be around people who live that lifestyle. So, in your defense, yeah, you're 100% right. People do have different mindsets when they get famous and they start to get money.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I think the same way you guys went about it is how like a lot of people go about it, and it'll be like, what? Like he wouldn't have to do that. He's Chris Brown, or like
I never said
at the same time, like I don't know, like
Yeah,
the thought crossed my mind, but I didn't act on that thought. Like, yes, it's Chris Brown. More than likely, women be wilding over Chris Brown, and we know that to be true through experience. Like,
right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's just.
But it's just like, is it possible? Yes, I do not say no. It's not possible. There's no way Chris Brown could. Is it possible? Yes. But to Jameer's defense, and the same way Jameer was saying, I just don't think it. It just I think because too, like in our lifestyles, it seems so far fetched that even a human being could do that.
It does.
So the fact that somebody who's famous and is under a microscope would do that, it doesn't make sense to us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, also
you know how this world works. It's craziness. People get away with anything.
What made me think of that is because something came out with Trey Songz, and I listened to the woman's story, and I love Trey Songz. Like I love his music. I listened to the story or the woman's story, and I was like, wow, that's like that probably really did happen. And like just the way she was describing, like just the lack of respect this man had for her, and just the words he was using and the way he was acting. I was just like, damn, like people in like that position, I think it's very easy to kind of lose this like seeing women as women, and you just see them as like groupies and just here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. You just have this animosity towards them.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy to get caught up in that. And it's just like, damn, because some dudes will do that as a defense mechanism, so they don't catch feelings or go down that route. So they'll rather just treat them that way, and it's just like, damn. Let me tell you.
Next subject.
No, we still on this, bro. So you guys are saying we should separate the man from the artist, right?
That's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even get to that point. I've definitely separated. Like just because he went to jail, like for the whole situation with Rihanna, didn't mean I was gonna stop listening to the music because the music was still fire. It's just like he the man, he need to go away.
But then the argument will be, but if you support the character that created, you are at the same time supporting the man because you're basically giving them, the fiat to do what they wish to do continuously. You're still supporting them because you're giving them bread by listening. You're giving them attention and all that.
Yeah, and I chose to, he did that, and he went to jail for it. He did what he needed to do for that. He was forgiven for it, by the person. It seems he's been forgiven for that. And since, he's been, he's had his incidents where where he's it seems like he's got his issues, keeping his temper and everything. But it seems like, he's been trying to work back towards being better.
Right.
It's just you gotta, it's like something it's a continuous thing. It's not like something where you can just cease. Life is not this one thing where we can stop something at one moment. It's a continuous process.
You can't flip that switch and then, it's over with now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like that's like kind of stupid. Like you flip it on and off. Like it's something like you can tone down. You know, like you go like okay, yeah, I'm gonna fall back from this
Just
for
the
a minute.
volume.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep well rounded because people.
Oh no, yeah, you know, because people be trying to people do that with R. Kelly. I'm just like I don't
It's a
even.
it's a touchy
People,
subject.
yeah, exactly. It's a touchy subject. People definitely try to say that with R. Kelly, and then you have everyone saying like, oh, he doesn't even own his master, so he's not even making money off of
Yes.
streams like that. And
See,
like
there you go.
I'm not going to.
There's another point right there. Old
And
boy don't even own his masters.
I'm not going to an R. Kelly show, so I'm not directly putting. That's where you directly put money into an artist's pocket by going to their shows. So I'm not going to an R. Kelly show. So who's really people going
Would
to?
you have went to one if this never came out?
No, I'm not going to R. Kelly show. Nah, that's not my kind of show. I'm good.
Okay.
I seen how R. Kelly show. There's a bunch of aunties out there. I ain't trying to see nobody else's auntie that I know. No, I'm good, bro. I'm good. No, thank you. But it's just like, it's just like, you gotta be cognizant of like who you're, like if you're gonna be like have some saying about it, you gotta know.
You gotta know, papa.
I think also like if you listen to the music and your mind goes to that, like, oh my God, he did this, he did that, then okay, fine. Like if that's what the music is represents to you now, don't listen to it. But if you listen to it and you jamming, and you're like, damn,
you just
jamming,
music,
but he did this. Like, yo, stop playing yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You like the song.
You like the music. It makes you move. Come on. Like I've seen that. Like
people,
Michael Jackson song came on, people were grooving, and they're like, "Oh no, it's Michael Jackson, though. We can't play it." What are you doing? What are you talking about?
It's like
play the damn song.
And that's just with the accusations. Like he wasn't even like,
Yeah.
Like people gonna say what they want.
Next subject.
We still on subject. All right. So, do you guys feel this movement has affected how you move with women, or
yes,
kind of still move the same?
Absolutely.
No.
It's had to.
You gotta keep tiptoeing in your Jordans.
Exactly.
Tiptoeing in my Jordans. So in what ways would you say it's affected you?
I don't even know that I've had to change anything. It's just like not even having to change anything. It's just like
no, I change everything. I tiptoe.
Explain yourself.
I need 100% confirmation before doing anything. There can't be no gray area.
I needed
there's
that before.
Gray area.
I call myself stupid.
If there's gray area, it's a no-go, papa. Can't do it. No, sir. You're not catching me with, oh, I didn't give consent.
That's why I never make the first move.
No, that's a fact.
That's why I never make
Yo, I feel like that really is what's being pushed is like, yo, guys are so aggressive. Like, no, don't make the first move. And then everybody's just in this middle ground of like, do I do this? Do I do that?
You don't make a move.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody's just gonna be tight.
Then they get upset. Then they think you don't find them attractive.
Why so did a move? Da, 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 da. Oh, I thought if you liked me, you would have did that. No, I'm not doing none of that. Y'all not catching. I'm not catching the case.
Because some women will say they like that aggressiveness. So it's like
yes, and you can't be aggressive because you get caught up in the case. So everybody like you better reevaluate.
Some women or some people in general like to be, taken advantage of to a certain extent, but
bro, you can find no type of better phrase.
But what do you want me to say? Like
approach? Like
some women like to be approached.
Some women like to be approached.
But I'm actually talking about like the act though. I'm not talking about being approached.
Like what?
Some women prefer their men to be more forward.
Okay.
More forthcoming.
But See, I was
for
thinking
lack of a
when I
better
said
term at the moment.
taken advantage of, I mean like they like to be in vulnerable
Aggressive.
situations, and a
They
man.
like them to be
Let my
air
man
quotes
explain.
men. Oh, my bad. You got it.
We
I'll
gonna
fall
figure
back.
it out. You let him speak.
Fall back. I'm gonna fall back.
Nah, I mess with you, James.
Feel like he was struggling. That's all. I want to help out. Team player.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling.
Yeah, so it just takes away from that for sure. Like you kind of have to be wary of that. But I personally feel I haven't changed what I do at all though. I've
Okay,
always had
but
that mindset.
I was wondering what you meant by taking advantage of.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
some women, right? They drink and they want to put themselves in a vulnerable state, and they are attracted to men who take advantage of their vulnerability.
You know what I call that? Crazy.
You know what I call that? A case. Which is what I'm
Okay.
Oh my god!
Right, because the reality, okay.
I don't think the thing
Some
is like
The reality is that's a case waiting to happen, and I'm not putting myself in the
Yeah.
situation that a case can happen. So
Are you like? Is it like? Are you still trying to find the words for it?
Bro, I'm sticking on what I said. Take.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. If you're sticking to it, then all right. I'm gonna shut up then. Okay.
Oh, remind me. I have a question at the end of the day too.
Okay.
So, and I mean,
it relates to this.
Gotcha. Like I can, right? Let me put a personal aspect into it. There's times where I have let a woman take advantage of me, and that might be something I'm into. So it's not like gender specific or whatever, but it's just like that's kind of what.
I mean, I think it's kind of common that people get wasted and want to do things
Right.
because
Yeah,
they're
that's what I
wasted.
was getting at.
Yeah. Okay.
They want to be looser. They want
No comment. No comment.
So, James, do you go out of your way to make sure things are consensual, or is it like, yo, if she feeling me, I'm doing this, and she doesn't stop me, then I'm gonna keep going?
Yeah, exactly. If there's a stop, then it's a hard stop.
What if she's like, okay, let's say you're rubbing her hands on her, right, and she doesn't aggressively move your hand, but she places her hand on top of your hand, but doesn't give any resistance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you have like where do you draw the line? I should say.
I mean, like I obviously like sometimes it's like you gotta like just try to like see like okay like what's like the temperature of the room, like but
Room
that
temperature.
doesn't exactly. If it's room temperature, then you got a long ways to go. It might be a cold night for you, buddy. But no, you gotta, but that's not always confirmation. That's nowhere near confirmation. Like sometimes you just gotta ask and make sure. Sometimes you gotta, sometimes
so you ask.
Yeah, whether it be sometimes it's vocal, whether sometimes it's you know people talk with their eyes.
Right, body language.
Yeah, body
85%.
language. Hey, Jose, shut up.
That's what you do when you're not sure, but you don't want to say it.
No, that's what you do. That's not what I do. That's how maybe how y'all do it. It's like there's certain ways of communicating. You gotta communicate it. You know.
So personally, I've never asked. Like usually I'll do something and it's like, okay, if they don't stop me, then I'm gonna continue doing it. Like I was Huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was in a situation where I was dancing, like not on, but with somebody, and then I felt like they gave me a signal that they wanted to like dance. So
Basawain.
I grabbed their hand, right? I wasn't gonna like dance on them, but like we were gonna like do a little jig or whatever. I grabbed her hand, and she's like, no, like, well, she didn't say no first, but like the way it was by the way she pulled away, it wasn't like an aggressive, but it was kind of like, like she wasn't really sure.
Any
I was like, all
resistance,
right,
I'm like,
I let
I'm
it go.
good.
She said, you're right. It is resistance. So I was like, all right, cool. So
Any
regardless,
resistance, I'm like,
if somebody
don't be free butterfly.
is sending me some kind of signals, and then I take that next step to bring it to like that next level. Once I receive resistance from that, then I'm done. Like even if they show something after that, like I'm not making that move because I've already made that move, and you said nah, basically. So how would I continuously? And I feel like some women tend to want men to continuously do that.
No.
And like not because I rejected him this first time, like he better try again or something like that.
It's like, nah.
Try harder.
No, thank you. I'm good. No, you said
He
no.
said no, thank you.
I don't know. It could be like too, like maybe she just don't know how to dance. She's not comfortable with dancing. See, so it's like
your situation might be she don't know how to dance, Josh. My situation, like the one you said for me, like it's like I'm like, you know, like have my like hand on her leg and then she puts her hand on mine. Like, you know, that's different. But she just might not want to dance, or she just might not want to dance with you.
Like, probably, who did?
That's true.
Nah, bro. Step off. You'll get off me.
Yes, humbling. That's a humbling experience too, though. And like she say, nah.
Yeah, I get humbled on the daily.
It'd be like that. The best of us.
Bro, there's always someone in the world who don't think you hot shit, bro.
Exactly, bro.
You just keep it pushing.
That's their loss.
That's a fact.
Guy.
Word. How we running though? How we forgetting to run time on this?
Bro, I think we're running over. I think.
Honestly, I don't even know when we started.
Me
either, man. Hold on. Let me see when I sent that.
That email was at 7. Oh no, I lied. That email was forever.
Hold on. No. What was the message?
Gosh.
You know.
Well, we didn't start. We didn't start till
good, bro.
Yeah, we didn't start ASAP though.
I think we good. Yeah, but we still been running for.
Yeah, we definitely like over an hour.
Yeah.
I think so. So there's more I wanted to hit, but we'll leave that for next week. Zay, what was that question?
Yo,
we're still gotta get ready for the flight.
Of words. What's up with it? Technicality of words. Okay, so how am I gonna put this in a question format? Do you think that people are no longer arguing or debating about points? They're arguing and debating about the words that are being used themselves to describe situations.
I think
so for instance, right?
Go ahead.
I could have done something bad, right? But the way I explained it, it's like a half truth, where if you take exactly what I said, that I was right. But in the general sense, I use a different word on purpose to not describe exactly what I did. You see what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It'll be like, all right, let's say I have a significant other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a piece of poop. And I left her home and I went out to the bar, right? Yeah. And she hits me the next day like, yo, did you go out dancing last night? And I was like, no, I didn't go out dancing. And I really didn't go out dancing. I went to the bar. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
right, but the whole point is that you went out.
You gotta phrase that better.
So, yes. You see how it's the technicality reality of the word.
Gotta clean that up.
So many.
So is it? Do you think nowadays that's what's happening? Everybody is fighting on these words rather than on what the actual situation was.
I'd venture to say 85% of the time people are talking about the words that are used so many times because, people somehow words are having different meanings to different people.
That's a whole fact.
So just to try, especially when you're talking to people from a different area than you, or even the same area, because for some reason dictionaries don't really matter to anyone anymore.
That's a fact.
But you'll be arguing the same. You can be arguing one idea, and this other person could think you be arguing a completely different idea.
That's a fact.
And it's just you'll never quite meet. It's just it's one of the most frustrating things ever. It's just and then when you finally get to it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, it's the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, we definitely get caught up in wordplay compared to the actual issue at hand. And a lot of people be able to use that, me included, be able to use that to their advantage. It's okay, well, you said this, but I didn't specifically do that, so I'm gonna be like, nah, because technically I didn't do it. Deep down what they meant, but you gonna play that game.
I'm sure everyone has, definitely.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this a step further, and we're gonna save this for the next video. But I feel like certain groups that are advocating for certain things be using words and terms that deep down you have to agree with, but it's not very representative of how you feel it should go.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain this better, but
you can refine, yeah.
You know how people be using blanket statements?
Yes, absolutely. Use blanket statements to apply to something larger. That's not exactly
so you can't disagree with it, but at the same time you disagree with it.
Exactly. Yep.
Because if you change that word, it's bang, yes, it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you change one word, it changes the whole meaning of the thing, and you really don't agree with that. Yeah. But the use of that word is not reflective of what's actually happening. It's it's code word.
It's being hard to describe. It's being used to make the thing seem more severe because everything needs to be more played up now for it to draw that attention.
So okay, so for instance, I'm gonna give an example, and I'm gonna get mad backlash for it, but I don't care.
Go ahead.
When people say bless our troops and pray for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's a blanket statement. Yes, you do not wish death upon nobody.
Yeah,
at least me. Yeah. I don't wish death upon nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, these are soldiers going into war to go kill people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And a lot of bad, innocent people are going to get caught up and killed in situations because they going out to go kill people. So you can't really say, nah, don't help out our troops. But at the same time, it's yo, I don't even want troops over there.
Exactly. They're being sent out. They're being
That's
sent.
A fact.
See they're not being deployed. They're being sent.
But you can't disagree with that statement because you're everybody's gonna be what? You want our own people to protect you to die? That's not what I said.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what you're saying. You're saying just you don't want them over there in the first place.
Exactly. So I'm not even gonna go along with your statement of pray for these troops' safety. It's
yeah.
But I feel like that's in a lot that is being fabricated for a lot of movement.
It is. Every time this happens, it's fabricated.
It's on the assembly line. Okay, take this, adjust that, add this, boom, send that out.
Facts. I mean, look, even a lot of presidencies be one off that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, they all got them
one.
little phrases or slogans.
Right. That you really
Make
can't
America
disagree
great
with.
again. Well,
Yes,
it would be nice to be great again.
it would be nice to be great in
Yeah,
the first
exactly.
place, but
Period.
what was Obama's? Make change good, something like that.
I think it was
No.
just change, right? This one word.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we
like-
Yes, we
can.
can.
It
That's
was like
right.
yes, we can, and hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. Yes, we can. Well, that's a blanket statement. That means nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah, we can. Yeah.
We can what? Sleep?
Yeah,
I
we
won't go
can.
to
What?
sleep.
Yeah, we
I'm
can.
tired.
We want to go swimming. Yeah, that's nice too.
Oh man,
All right, man.
it's been good. We had a nice talk today.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this recap.
Yeah, your boy gotta pack this Jones up.
Recap.
Like
I need a headband.
that says recap.
Nah, I need a Gucci one so I can be like Soldier Boy. Dre. Recap.
All right. If your man's and them is cheating
Snitch.
on their person and it's not sitting right with you, you gotta talk to your man's. If they still like, yo, mind your business, or they say something and do something else. If it really bothers you, you gotta let them know. Listen, you do this again, like I'm telling. This is not right with me. So it's either we not gonna hang out because I don't want to be a part of this, or
friendship evals,
or be better. Like
progress reports on your friendships.
Progress report. Oh, I'm weak. Weekly check-ins, like.
Oh, facts.
But yeah, cheating, man. We gotta. Can't let that rock, man. You can't let people.
Rock men don't cheat. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you see that face? Bro, it was a blanket statement. I did it on
purpose. Okay, and then people who stay in relationships where they're being mistreated.
For what? Love yourself more.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. There's more for you out there.
Facts. What you allow to keep happening, that's how that person's gonna base their
value. That's what you accept?
The more you let them get away with it, the more they're gonna kick dirt on you. Like, I get away with that? Bet. Then we spoke about the Me Too movement. I guess just,
know what you want out.
Rape is something so emotional. Like there's so much emotion tied to that word. It's hard to not be reactionary and be like, what? He did what? No, like, get him. Like, just really take a second. Think about it. Process the information. And if something has happened to you and you have healed from it, and the person is famous now, you healed from it. If you want to say, if something comes up about them and people are like, nah, like he would never do that, and then you want to look, he did do this, like blah blah, this happened, bada bing bada boom, cool. But if you're doing it like, oh, let me get a lawsuit, he got money now, so not only can I come clean, but not only can I, voice this out to the world, I can also get some money from it and take them down. Like, it just comes down to your maybe morals and like, why are you really, like, think about why do you actually want to come out now compared to why you didn't before. If it's because they're in the limelight, like, come on, that's corny. I understand rape is a serious issue, but just be realistic about it. Like, just because you got raped doesn't mean you have, leeway to do whatever you want, whenever you want to this person in regards to that information. And if you haven't healed from it and you feel you need to voice it regardless, That's something that's personal for you. Like if it needs to be said, say it. Say it when it happens, or whenever you feel comfortable. But you just gotta understand, if you wait years, it's gonna come across like, yo, what was the point? Like, that happened years ago though. And then you're more likely to get put in that, cast in that shadow of doubt, and people judging you and, saying you're not credible. Yeah, man. And my fellas, be better. Like, be better. Stop assaulting these women. Like,
and hold your homeboys accountable.
Hold your homeboys accountable.
We can talk about that more. We can talk about that more next week. We can talk about that more next week. How about that?
Yeah, write that down, my guy.
Homeboys and accountability.
Yeah, I tried. Y'all know I tried. Yeah. Y'all all know. I tried.
I tried. All right, so what else? Hold on, let me get back. Yeah, fellas, be better, man. Just think about it if you have to, right? If it doesn't make sense to you, like, no, she deserves it, blah, blah. Yo, think about if it was your daughter or your sister or your mother. Like, come on, you wouldn't just want somebody just aggressively run down on your mom's? Like, no. Just put yourself in the person's shoes as much as you can, if you can, before you, do something egregious and aggressive like that. And, if when you get under the influence, you tend to lose that thought, then maybe you need to think about not doing that. Because y'all hurting people and hurt people, and you continue the cycle. It's not good. So, gotta think before you act, man.
Facts.
With that being said, that's another week. SOLtalk 6. We out of here.
Feel me?